Yeah, yeah. This is gonna be a good one here, right? This Trenches Worldwide News, right? If you want to support me, get 100 Glocks and ride down on all your ops. I swear to God, my mama, stop playing with me. And today, it's a trial. It's a trial. It's a trial. We got to know the verdict, right? Listen, they had one trial already, right?
Right.
And we know that the guy, Rasheed Jamal, Rasheed.
Ain't that his buddy who was touching that little girl?
No, I can't say you touching the little girl. I gotta tell you the story. You can't just say you touching the little girl.
I don't know. That's what they saying on the internet. You know how the internet is.
I ain't heard it on the internet. I saw he was an activist on the internet.
Man, they putting all types of shit about that man on the internet.
What you heard about on the internet?
Nah, I ain't heard about it on the internet.
You probably gonna hear about it after this, right? Listen, but anyway, listen. This is what happened, right? So I'm gonna let him tell the story, but I'm gonna tell you briefly the story, right? So he had a baby mama, right? And his baby mama was like, now if you're watching this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned inside down. If you want to take the story, just sit right there. I tell you how he got locked up, and he's sitting right there. So God, my mama, stop laughing. Stop laughing. That's not funny.
Hey, it ain't funny, man, but you can't be playing, bro.
Come on, gang. I'm just trying to do
that
it
slapper,
right.
man.
I'm just trying to tell a story.
He said he an innocent man, man.
I'm just trying to tell a story, right? Shout out to Will Smith. Will Smith back, right?
Man,
I did that for Will Smith. I did that for Will
Smith.
No, I did it for Will, gang. Don't play with the Will.
Will Smith out of there.
Don't play with Will. Don't play with Will.
Poof.
No, stop playing with me.
Will just, hey, they looking for him too for smacking Chris Rock. So Will better stay tucked. He better stay tucked.
You old niggas always talking about old shit.
You old. You old.
I'm a uncle, not an uncle. But
Nah,
listen,
you uncle.
Here we go. Here we go, right? So Rasheed Jamal, y'all know him, right? He was a black activist, right? Now, mind you, he from Chicago. He from Chicago.
Where? From where in
He from the
the
streets of Chicago.
Where?
Nigga. He from the rack.
Where? I'm from the rack.
Let me say, listen, he's from the rack. He's a real member from the rack at first, right? But he had a baby mama that he met when he was on that low vibrational path. They met each other, right? But then he got spiritual, no jail, no nothing. Out of nowhere. Now, mind you, he was already born spiritual, but kind of like drifted away. But then got right back spiritual. Now, at the time, I mean, her and her got connected. They started getting disconnected and shit. They weren't seeing eye to eye. He finally put up enough courage to leave her. So when he left her, she was like sending them letters like, "No, I'm gonna kill myself. You can't be with nobody but me. If you with anybody else, I'm gonna kill you, kill myself." Blase.
She went crazy, bitch.
Now, I don't know if she come on, gang. You can't disrespect the goddess.
Yeah, it sounds like
They crazy, bitch.
No, come on, gang. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Man, I'm keeping it
crazy,
real. I don't do that. You gotta keep it real. You gonna keep it real on this channel.
Let me finish telling the story, right? So, bam, boom. He go on his life, he leave, but bam, he go get another wife, bam. Now, man, he live in Atlanta now. He left Chicago, left the violence. He in Atlanta, he making good money. He making bankroll.
Oh, you know what time it is, then?
He up a bank.
You know what time it is?
I don't know what time.
She putting the hit out on his ass.
Oh, gang, stop playing with
She
me.
gonna do whatever the fuck she can enough power to bring his ass down.
No,
you know how
let me tell you the story, right? So look. So he go back, right? This is what he do. He say, you know what? I'm having it right now. I want to go be in my son's life, right? I want to see my son, right? Bam. So he go, boom, hook up with his son. Like, damn, I want to see my son. Now, mind you, he had to pay a child support, but he ain't pay it with the state. He took a $2,000 cash.
Oh, he tripping.
He gave her $2,000 cash. Like, let me see the baby. Let me get the baby. She give him the baby.
So he
bam,
bribing.
bam. She give him the baby, but she tell him. She say, look, you gotta take the other baby with you. Now she had a little girl.
Is it his baby?
No, this ain't his baby.
Oh, no, you leave that yeah.
This ain't his baby.
Man, look. If it ain't your baby, you ain't gotta take that baby
But
with
she
you.
said take
I don't
the
know
baby.
what she
Come
said.
on, gang.
I don't
She
care
said-
what she
but
said,
he was
gang.
thinking like, he was thinking like this. How he was thinking, but he must be thinking like you. He like, no, I ain't taking the baby.
I ain't taking that
He
baby.
like, I ain't taking the baby. He like, I'm just taking my son.
That's it.
And he was like, she was like, bet, take your son. Boom. Now, Kamayu, he take it to the son. I come to find out, he around another girl. She heard the other girl in the background. She's like, bring my son right now.
Cause she hear the
She hear the bitch in the
kid.
background. Like, bring my son right now. Now, man, he like, man, I ain't gonna bring the baby. Now he a black activist. So she called the police. But she don't call the police off the back. She tell him, I'm gonna call the police.
I know the kids would already been at the front door.
Yeah, she tell him.
You ain't finna threaten me, bitch.
Yeah,
you got
them kids would have been like, so
Man, what?
Stop playing
They done been at our doorstep knocking on the door.
Because a lot of times niggas don't want the bitch. They want the pussy. They don't want the baby. They want the pussy anyway.
Right, so he was trying to get over there to get that thing for the
he
thing.
want
The thing for the thing.
Yeah, he want.
Okay.
Like that. Look. So look. But he don't take it for that. He like, you know what? He thinks she playing. Bam. Next thing you know, the police call him. Like, yo, we got a warrant for you, man. Kidnapping for the baby. Woo, woo, woo.
Ah, hell nah. She done pulled it.
So you need to return the baby, right? So he's like, bam, he made a thing. He went live. He said he went live, showed us live. Look, I'm going to meet and return the baby. He said he returned the baby. He said, now, as soon as he returned the baby, he thinking like everything cool. He ain't worried about it no more. Now, mind you, he back in Atlanta. His mama back in home. Boom! The feds kicking his door. The feds kicking his door like, damn, you got a warrant. Like, well, I got a warrant for, I ain't got no warrant. So you got a warrant for child molestation.
Damn.
Listen, how it happened, right? Listen. So he said this. He said this, that when she kidnapped the baby, the little girl went to the police and said this to the people. She said, yo, he made me rub on his dick down there through his pants, right? But then the baby changed the statement. The baby said that, well, that was the first time. The second time, he made me jack him off until he nutted.
So how old was the little baby?
That don't matter. What you mean?
No,
What you mean? Ideas?
No,
What's wrong with
I
you?
just want to know how old was the little baby?
That don't matter.
Yeah, it do. No, it don't.
Oh,
it
don't.
matter.
It matters. So I'll punch you in your shit. I'll punch you in your shit.
No, what I'm saying is, how old was the baby though? I'm just
I'll
curious.
punch you in your shit.
How old was the baby?
It don't matter. It's a baby.
It really don't.
Yeah,
But how old?
Look.
But what I'm saying is, why he ain't dropped the little girl off when he dropped?
He didn't never had a girl. The girl was never with him.
So how the f***
Well,
she
how
jacked
she
him
do
up
that?
and all that shit?
That's what I'm saying. She saying
She made that shit up.
The baby, that's what he's saying. But she saying, they were saying they called her a lie, right? The first statement was this, that it was the first count, that they did it through the pants. And then after the baby said it again, he brought to the lawyer a thing like, no, she said I did it through the pants. And now it's saying I did it to the ejaculation. They went back to charge him 2 times. Said, no, the first time she did it through the pants.
Ah, they put it like that.
Hold that.
Yeah,
they crucial with that.
So boom, they told him like, look, you can go to court, right? And we're gonna give you 1 year. You're gonna go home. Woo. He like, no, I want to go to trial. He went to trial to give him football numbers, right? But I'm just trying to say this in Atlanta too. So now they got him on a 23-1.
Oh yeah, in Atlanta.
He can't get out. Now listen, I'm gonna have him call up. But listen, you know how it is in the streets. But when you touch the kids, that's a sensitive thing, bro.
Man, you touch a kid
for
anywhere
real,
in
it
that
is.
county, you're gonna beat you.
But they got so listen, hearing that, what y'all think? Rasheed Jamal innocent or guilty?
I'm gonna say like this. I'm finna put his ass in the 402 conference, right?
Come on.
I gotta put him in the 402 conference because my name is to get right into it.
Right.
I don't f around. At the end of the day, right? If you ain't never been around this child, how the f could you touch it, right?
That's what I want.
That's the main part right there. If I never been the president of this child,
He been around the child, but not at that time. Like
I don't give a f if I haven't been around the president at the time that this child said that shit. How could y'all say that I did that?
right.
You know what I'm saying? And when that shit get on your name, it's hard to get out because you got to register all that goofy shit, right? So at the end of the day, why the f they ain't put the baby on the lie detector test? It'll tell everything.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, it will.
How old was the baby though?
Why you keep on what?
Because
Why you worry about the age?
How you gonna put a baby on a lie detector test? You know what I'm saying?
Man,
How old
why
was
you
she?
worry about the age, gang?
Because
I don't give a fuck how age you is. Look, if you old enough to talk and say this shit that I did to you, you old enough to goddamn get on the lie detector test.
Just like with Duty Wop, touch the other little boy, little penis.
Duty
Wop. You know, even though they say he's not guilty, you know he's still guilty.
Duty Low?
Yeah, Duty Low. I thought he was Duty Wop. He be good. I thought he was Duty Wop. I thought he was Duty Low.
The ball head,
Yeah, ball
Mr.
head.
Clean.
Get your chain back. Go get your chain back.
Nah, they
Duty.
took
So
that.
the little girl never was with him, right?
Nah, the girl, what? You ain't listening.
No, I'm
gang.
listening.
She
to
was
you because
around
it
him,
sound-
but
She was around him.
but she ain't never getting his presence to where he took her along.
Yeah.
That's
what
the
I'm
whole thing.
saying.
They ain't
So
never
how
have her
how they hit him with the
Because,
rape?
now listen, because the first time when she called police, all she did was said that, yo, it's a kidnapping. And then after that, she called back and like, yeah, he also did this to my daughter.
Right.
So why she ain't say it both at the same time?
But then look, this is where he should have got smart at, man. Where your lawyers at? You must be fighting with the PD because at the end of the day, if you got high-tech lawyers and some shit, ain't nowhere in here they can't get that footage. As long as it's 2 years, you can get any footage off the cameras if you fighting the trial.
Look, speaking of that, he went and hired, you know, he's a black activist. He went and hired the NAACP, whatever, NAATP, what's them niggas name?
The people who take you down.
Yeah.
That's all the they is.
Yeah.
You gotta get the people who gonna do this business.
You
like,
gotta get the Jews.
stand on that shit. Yeah.
Get the Jews.
Your case thrown
You
out
will
when you
not
walk in there.
lose if you get the Jews.
Facts.
Stop playing with me because the Jews run the court. And
Yeah.
everybody know that.
The
Ask
system.
Kanye West. Right? Yeezy. Right now, for real.
Yeezy
Play with
what?
the Jews, they took his shit.
What?
He played
Fucked
with the
him
Jews. They took
around.
his.
His ass lost in the sauce.
Listen, he back now.
Nah, he ain't back.
It's AI. But look, they try to AI him too. But look, so
They try to AI him?
listen, is it you say innocent or guilty? Right.
I'm going to say it now, right now.
Innocent or guilty?
And he's 402.
Or the hung jury?
Or how you just broke it down to him.
Is it a hung jury or is it guilty?
It's like we gonna get to the bottom of this shit.
Oh,
Like he gotta be more specific about how the detail went.
Well, let's ask
But we'll ask him. We gotta pull him on
Let's
then.
ask him.
Shit, cause we need to know how the
Rasheed
detail
Jamal.
is.
Rasheed Jamal.
Rasheed Jamal, guy. Listen, he want to know one question, right? The only question he want to know is, have you ever been around a little girl, and for how long? And who
Right.
was around y'all?
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. When me and my baby mama was together, we was together what, 3.5 then 4
No.
years?
Hey, whoa. Look. First of all, we cutting the bullshit. We getting right into the shit. When was the last time you was around that little baby, your girl, when she said this shit happened?
I hadn't been around him in a year.
Oh, so hey, look, right now, my 402 is I see the man not guilty then.
Not guilty.
For sure.
Not guilty. Guilty
For
or
sure.
not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty. What? Not guilty by state of what? You gotta.
My state is, and I'm putting it out online. My state is, if this man ain't been in the possession of this little girl for a whole year, and you talking about I did some shit, you ain't finna make shit up on me. You see what I'm saying?
Well, can I choose? Can I choose guilty with an explanation?
Yeah.
Well, listen, I'm gonna stick with guilty with an explanation, right? Because like you can't be found guilty on my version. You're gonna be a hung jury or something like that. But the explanation is this, right? Here's my explanation: that if somebody can speak that you did something, then you probably did something, probably not close to that, but you did something, right? You did something so bad that they want to see you in jail, right? So I believe that he probably hurt her so bad or had him attached to her so bad that what she had to do that. Because a lot of times it ain't the statement that's false. It's the statement that's false. You probably don't understand that. It ain't the statement that's false. It's the statement that's false.
Right.
They didn't do it, but they did something else along
Right.
those lines that made them want to see him in jail.
Right. So it's some other shit that she holding behind that
Yeah,
that made her pull that stunt.
yeah.
Check this out, though, Uncle Higgins.
I'm
You hear me,
listening.
God?
I'm listening, God.
See, look, this is the thing, too, that y'all know that wasn't brought up, too. Like, see, I went through 3 lawyers. Let the first lawyers go. We got the second lawyer, the third lawyers. So second lawyers walk off. Third lawyers we get to go to trial with. When I told the lawyers, I say, man, my baby mama has open defects record cases on this same child. So I know that she's using her child to do this. This is the youngest daughter. Not to mention that with the oldest daughter, she got 2 open felony cases for credit card fraud and theft and all this. So it shows she's a liar and a thief. Now check this out. I say, let's take a lie detector test, and it's an allegation. I say, because I got locked up in Chicago. I say, in Chicago, they need physical evidence. So if I did this and it's just an allegation, there's no physical evidence, the best thing for us to do is take a lie detector test. Guess what they say? The
What?
lie detector test is inadmissible in the state of Georgia. I
Why?
say, huh? So
How's
how the
that?
fuck?
In every state, listen. I'm gonna get straight
That's
down to
bullshit.
it. You locked up for hating them white folks. Let's get real. You hate white folks,
No,
gang,
fact.
and the jokes up. Talk about that. Talk about. I got white friends. Talk about that. Why you hate white people?
Listen, you know what's crazy? I'm glad you brought that up because I don't even hate white people. I don't hate nothing. I love everything. It's just when it comes to me breaking down the true history of where we come from as black folks, we've been lied to about everything. So anything they
We ain't black folks.
Now you
But
got
I wanna
you got
ask you
high
something. Take that back,
vibrational,
we not black
what I like
folks.
to call high vibrational white folks, which is they not racist. They understand that we are the creators and inventors of the land, of everything that you see. So when I teach, all I do is speak about the origin of our history. And it's not my fault that white folks was created in a petri dish. So when I sit there and
In the
say,
piece of soup?
y'all origin,
What?
In the what? In the what?
a petri dish, God.
What the fuck the petri dish? Explain that.
The petri dishes you see,
So that's something you
they
can
have
eat.
in the scientific lab. Listen, like the petri dishes you see, God, they have in the scientific labs. So what I'm saying is, they were grafted from the dog, which is why they smell like dogs when they get wet. The pig, which is why they have pig skin, which is why in the 60s the Black Panthers would call them pigs, and people in our would call
Oh,
them pigs.
that's why. Hey, look.
because they have
Oh,
pig skin.
hey, not meant to cut you out, blood. That's why they f***ing with you.
No,
That's why they f***ing with you, right? Because you sitting up here, right? You going too deep into they shit, right? When you start around stepping on their toes, oh, they gonna play get back. They gonna play get back. I don't give a fuck how they gotta do it.
Hold on. I'm still confused. So a white person is a pig, a dog, a donkey. What else they is? Tell me about this shit.
Listen. This the exact 4 animals: the dog, the pig, the snub-nosed monkey, to be exact, and the lamb. If you pull up, listen. What's crazy is this is where Asians get their features from. If you Google a picture right now, snub-nosed monkey, and go to Google Images, watch what you see. You like, damn, they do look like that in the face. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like, you'll see where they get they. So with me, when I speak on that, that's not me hating them, because I don't judge somebody off their pigmentation or their skin. You feel me?
Right.
I ain't never heard nobody white. I ain't never heard nobody white. When I was in the streets thugging and gangbanging, everybody I heard was black. I ain't never heard nobody.
Right.
Oh, that's some bullshit then. You just said you heard of black. That's what's wrong with you motherfuckers. Y'all Ku Klux Klan because y'all kill more niggas than y'all kill.
Let me say this. Hold on. Let me say this though, God. Hold on. I got your back. Let me say this.
I know you got
Let me say this. Listen, a white man ain't never did shit to me. The only person that stole from me, that hurt me, that robbed me, been black. Right. The white man ain't did shit to me. They may have told me a little lie, but it was on my dumb ass to believe it. Right. They did a little lie. I did the rest. Right. I fucked me up. Right. And the white people y'all want to blame, y'all can't blame white people for you blame your damn self.
But look, how you going? Hold on, you going too far now? How the fuck you gonna say white people with white people when all of us goddamn it is human beings?
We ain't all human beings.
We is all human beings.
Everybody not no human. Some people not human. We live in a spiritual world, gang. Some people is a demiurge, gang. Some people are not human.
Where they at?
They probably right next to you. You never know.
You,
hold on. You got
AI.
We got another question. Hold up, gang. From Texas, I kind of got a question for you.
Hold on, gang. If you gonna say it right
What's
now.
the question? What a guy on the phone.
I want to know. I mean, I'm gonna say that he's innocent, right? But why was he found guilty though?
Look. He want to know why was you found guilty.
Like, what did he do to be found guilty?
So listen. In my trial, the crazy thing is,
your trial?
In my trial. Yeah,
you went to trial?
You know, they offer me 5 years. They say, well, listen,
5
years.
Why you ain't take that beast?
Which is the minimum now. We'll give you 5 years if you plead guilty.
That's the one.
I told them, I said, listen, and they told me, they said, if you do not take this 5 years, we are going to make sure that you get found guilty. They told me this. And I told them, I said, listen, man, I'm not finna never plead guilty to no shit I ain't do, especially not on no sex charge.
You know we gotta do that.
This was drugs. I done copped out the cases before. If this was drugs, you know what I'm saying? Gun, that's different. Robbery, that's different. That's all in my background.
Not molestation.
But when you talking about pleading guilty to sexually hurting a child or a woman that you don't stand for.
Yeah, you fuck with them kids, boy. You know that's an SOS, smash on sight. Well, see you at.
Right.
And I know that y'all trying to do this to discredit my image. So I'm not going to give y'all that. We're going to have to go to trial, and y'all got to do what y'all got to do. I'm not going to lay down like that because I already know I got millions of people that look up to me. So I'm not going to sit here and this message I've been preaching, now that the heat is on, I'm finna fold under that pressure. I ain't do that when I was in the streets. I ain't back down from no niggas in the streets. So what am I backing down from them now that I know who the real enemy is? That's where my stands come from.
Because you in Crackerville.
Yeah, but they still ain't answer my question.
We might got a verdict change. We may got a verdict change.
They ain't answer my question.
We got a verdict change. On the spot. He changed his verdict. He said you ain't answering his question, Rasheed Jamal.
Yeah, I didn't hear his question.
He said why? He said why? He said what was the things?
People at one time.
He said what?
3 people at one time.
It was 12 juries, gang. There's only 3 of us.
Yeah, you get judged by 12.
Listen, he's saying why did they find you guilty? The exact reason why they came back with the guilty verdict. Like why did the jury say you're guilty because of what evidence?
There was no evidence. They didn't come out and say we found you guilty because of shit. They said guilty.
Yeah, my shit back.
I'm taking my shit back, gang. He guilty, gang. He touching kids, gang. He playing with kids, gang. He can't give me a real reason, gang.
They don't know reason, gang. My verdict back. That's
back.
We going back in the 4-2. Hold on.
No.
Look, we came out for a recess break. Gang, this ain't nothing to play with, gang. I know. That's what I'm saying. When he playing, when he don't know that. You don't know that. They gonna play with. I ain't saying that. Listen, you gotta go back in the 4-2 though. He gotta make that. He gotta make that statement right what he just said, gang.
know what I'm saying?
Hold
like,
on, gang. Let me step for you. Let me step for you, God. Listen,
gang.
Listen, y'all don't know.
I ain't say we don't know, gang. We going back in the 402. We went on recess.
Listen, when he said that they found him guilty with no evidence, he mean they found him guilty based off her statement. Her statement alone.
That shit don't carry no weight to find you guilty, bro.
No, gang.
That don't carry. Your statement ain't gonna find you guilty, bro. They gotta have grounds to find you guilty.
Did they do forensics? Did they do forensics?
I stayed in the law library too many years.
Listen, check this out.
They did forensic.
They did a forensic interview, but check this out. When they did the forensic interview, she completely contradicted the statement in the forensic interview, God. That's what I'm saying. Like, the forensic interview clearly further showed that nothing took place. And the lady that interviewed her asked her, for example, she says, was anything said to you? And my lawyers pointed this out in trial. She said, was anything said to you? The little girl said no. They take a break. They come back. Then she asked her the question again. Was anything said to you? Oh, yes. He said this and said this and said that. My lawyers stopped them and said, first and foremost, in a forensic interview, you are not supposed to say no breaks, cut the camera off at no time. Why is this interview not rolling all the way through? Why
they try to dig a hole too, blood.
Come back. You see what I'm saying? Also, you got to understand something about how my trial went. In my trial, it was my lawyer told them, for example, all they kept bringing up in my trial was my social media videos. Hear me clearly. They kept playing my social media videos. Now, what am I doing on YouTube? I'm on YouTube saying, fuck these white people, this is our land. We got to come together. We got to start our own black-owned businesses, They playing 2-3 hours of my social media YouTube videos. My lawyer stops the trial. I got my transcript. I can say on my transcript.
Who is your lawyer?
Your Honor. My lawyer says, Your Honor, I've been practicing law for 30 years in Georgia. Never in my life have I seen something like this. We have been listening to the district attorney videos. A sexual allegation being a black man. The entire trial, because they had no evidence, all they kept playing was my YouTube videos of me saying, fuck these white folks. And keep in mind, I had an all-white jewelry.
Right.
In a sundown town.
Right.
The whole case.
All right, look, we heard you, brother.
Hold on, hey, look.
Hold
first,
let the brothers talk.
Let me tell you one thing. Hold on, now. I want to tell this brother this. Why would you take a jury? First of all, see, people got to know law when you go on certain cases. I would have never took no jury with no shit like that and hired other people to judge it when you just took the judge.
Yeah.
See,
the judge gonna find bullshit in the gate.
Yeah, you took the judge.
See, I ain't take the judge, but this why I ain't take the judge.
Your lawyer wants stop. The lawyer don't take the judge. They got some good. If they got some hard evidence, like some legal evidence against you, your lawyer say don't take the judge. So like the lawyer tell you if they got some hard evidence, the judge going strictly by forensics, by this, by law.
Right, the judge got no choice but to go by law.
So he going off. He's saying they just convicted him. The white folks don't like him, right? That's basically what he's saying. Right. So he's saying his baby mama said.
He's saying political.
So let me. Did his baby mama do? She got some money now?
Do your baby mama got some money now?
What you mean?
Like, is she financial straight?
Is she financial straight? She got. They pay her off. He's saying. Was anybody paid off?
Listen. First off, she had 2 open cases when we went to trial, right? In that same county. My lawyer says.
Oh, that was the get back then.
Look, my lawyer said, isn't it true that you have 2 open cases right now in the same county with the same district attorney? She put that all on the record. After she came to the stand and did what she did with me, they dropped her cases.
So what happened? Look, they dropped her cases?
They dropped her cases completely. She had.
Nah, come on. Nah. That's what I said. We was on recess.
Oh, new verdict coming. Hold up, new verdict.
Give me out the
Yeah, we was on recess.
Open cases. You got to pay attention to who she had it with now. These are 2 open cases she had with her oldest daughter that was 21 at the time. So what mother? Because my baby mama was 42 at the time. You have to provide physical evidence. I'm locked up on the allocation. So let me give y'all an example of what they did. That's just like me saying 607 Unc and the crew, they robbed me, right? The police come lock y'all up. The police come lock y'all up, right? Then once the police lock y'all up, where the evidence that they don't find no gun, they don't find none of my property on y'all, they don't even have no camera work, so there's no proof that I was even robbed.
Right.
There's no proof that I was even robbed. So you got to think about her allegation. You saying that you touched me, first and foremost, technically, if we go about legal wording of it, that's not even a child molestation. That should be a cruelty to children. For me to be charged for child molestation, allegedly, I should have touched you. You never even said I touched you. So where the molestation even come in at? All right, you did a child molestation charge because you know that carries more time. Now, peep game, let's go deeper.
I see that.
Once I get found guilty, they didn't even give me my PSI, my pre-sentence investigation before they sentenced me. They sentenced me right there on the spot and shit me right out.
Nah, you don't supposed to get sentenced right there. They got to bring you back like 2 weeks or 3 weeks or something.
Exactly, but check game. They didn't do that. Now let's get deeper, y'all. Let's get deeper. Now when I get to prison, this when they really showed how they feel about me. That it's all racism. Because when I got to prison, I got to Jackson prison, bro. They put me on 24-hour lockdown, freezing cold room, freezing cold showers. I'm complaining about this. It's so cold in that room that I got 3 blankets, 4, 5 pair of socks. I'm still freezing cold. Then from Jackson, they sent me to Hayes prison, which is a level 5 prison. Keep in mind, I just went to prison on a sex offense that I ain't never had on my background, so that I don't have a violent case. You sent me to a level 5, the worst prison in Georgia is Hayes prison. You sent me to Hayes prison and put me behind the glass where you send people that murder officers and murder inmates.
Yeah.
You put me behind the glass where I gotta sleep damn near on the floor, can't talk to my family, can't use the phone, the worst, harshest conditions. You got people that's locked up for murders. They get to walk around, hit the yard.
They sleeping with you.
All that. But you got me isolated on 24/7 lockdown for what? And it's per governor. It's not per warden. My shit is per governor.
Maybe because of maybe it was because of the case you was convicted for. Right? They probably
No.
Hell, listen. You know what
Them cases they let out easy.
No, I'm saying I was in the feds. They made a whole petition for them for their own safety. I'm saying.
No, bro. They be writing the cell.
This ain't for my safety. This for my safety. I was level
PC
medium
or
level
some shit.
security.
Yeah,
They sent me to a level 5.
Oh yeah,
that's max.
That's super max. That's super
Yeah,
max.
super
I'm at
max.
super max. Now check
Right,
this
you in
out.
super
you in
max.
Superman.
Yeah, he can go out the cell and get cut
I'm
up.
in the worst. Listen. Now hold on. Let's get deeper, Let's get deeper. This is gonna blow y'all top right here. Do y'all remember a few years ago when Ahmaud Arbery was killed? This 2021, the black dude that was jogging in Georgia, the daddies, they came out and killed him.
Right.
Do y'all remember that case? It was a big case. It was all over the news.
Yeah,
It was right after
fucking-
Georgia.
Yeah, we don't even watch the news, gang. We just been in the
All right,
street.
well, check it out. You ain't gotta watch the news because it was all over social media, whatever. Listen, Ahmaud
I'm
Arbery,
trying to make you mad. I'm trying to eat something.
he came right after George Floyd, right? He was the black guy that was jogging through the
They
neighborhood.
call this crab leg.
He was the one that was jogging through the neighborhood, and the dad came out and chased
It's
him down
good,
and killed him
man.
for no reason, right? Killed him for you, hear me, right?
Yeah, I heard you.
I check this out. Ahmaud, the dad that killed Ahmaud Arbery, he locked up at the same prison I'm at. But guess where they got him?
Not eating crab leg.
Nah, they got him in the front. Nah, he's in the front eating crawfish, sleeping on a Tempur-Pedic 66-inch flat screen in his room.
Damn.
The whole nine. They know if he go to population, they motherfuckers gonna kill his ass, right? They know these people gonna kill him if he go to population.
You got crab leg, huh?
You got the black activists in the hole. You got the black activists.
We got a verdict. We got a verdict again.
Changed my story. I said he was guilty. He ain't give me no. He
Speaking of Mike, gang, come on.
I'm not taking no sympathy.
What you mean?
He did.
He saying
What makes you
just to
think-
get right into it.
He talking about other shit that ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about.
Yeah, you
You know
going
what I'm
out
saying?
top.
He ain't giving me no
What you
real
mean?
answers into no facts.
He
what's
said he ain't
going
touched the
on.
kid.
Man, I'm starting
Right,
to
but
believe
we
that
got
he
to
touched
we
that
got
kid,
we
bro.
got to
Why
we got
is
to
he
get right
locked
to the
up, gang?
point.
He locked up for touching kids. He didn't
Okay,
touch.
so he touched the kid, gang.
He
so
didn't touch the kid. You can't disrespect no guy like that. You don't even know if he did it.
Gang, for them to lock him up, gang, he had to.
Told you about
I'm
the girl,
sorry,
the
man,
girl.
I understand that, but I ain't trying to hear all that, gang. Them white folks ain't going. It's
Paperwork. Hey, matter of fact,
Yeah, what a
look,
paperwork at?
get all you gotta do is put in the what's the name to get your whole. You get everything they said in court. Anything that they said in court.
First thing we still get the paperwork.
Right now, gang, I'm gonna say you're guilty. You
His
know what I'm
trash is
saying?
online, nigga.
I ain't seen it.
Listen, see, I'm not mad at you for having that mindset because see, most people vibrating low, right? So anytime they want to take,
Nah, I ain't
Nah, we
vibrating
vibrating
low.
high
I
over
ain't
here.
Vibrating low.
I'm gonna make a valid point though that I'm aware of because I'm a real guy and we're in the flesh, right? What I know is
We all guys, though. We all
Let him
guys.
talk.
all through history, right? You seeking to speak as opposed right? Check this out. All through history, you name me one person that spoke out against the system, that challenged. And I know how I ain't no house nigga. You see how y'all talk about, oh, don't come with these white. Well, that's a house nigga mentality, nigga. I'm a real gangster, nigga. So when I was killing niggas in the street, why wouldn't I get on that type of time with the people that's really oppressing us? Ain't nobody black never oppressed us. I'm sliding when I was
Nah, he ain't press shit.
Chicago, I'm sliding years.
He ain't press shit, nigga. He touched that motherfucking baby. Or whatever that baby said he did. Them people ain't locked him up, goddamn me, for that. You know how many people goddamn me running around saying they don't like white people?
If I disrespect another black person, they gonna be quick to come try to do something to me.
Yeah.
But the government and these people
That nigga touched them down. Every nigga that I know, gang, that's in that type of situation, they touch them kids, gang. I know a nigga doing life right now on some shit like that. He touched that motherfucking baby, gang.
Nah, gang.
When you speaking about Rasheed Jamal, obviously y'all know who the fuck I am. Do your research.
I don't know. I never heard of you until today.
Fuck who you is, to be honest with you.
No.
You
Hold
want to get on some shit like that? I really don't give a fuck who you is.
No.
This Trenches Worldwide News, right? If you want to support me, get 100 Glocks and ride down on all your ops. I swear to God, my mama, stop playing on me. But this is the jail edition. So get 100 shanks and ride down on the last nigga trying to fuck you. I swear to God, mama, stop playing on me. Yeah, look, I'm not saying that happened in jail, but I'm saying in jail, that kind of stuff kind of like happen, right? So you got to make sure if you're in jail, you get you 100 knives and ride down on them, right? Like OG Gumby. I'm not saying he did it for that. But OG Gumby killed somebody in jail, right? So you got to kill people in jail sometime, right? But today we got a special guest. But I'm not gonna say too special because like he probably my biggest op now because like he just hate me so bad. What up, Rasheed Jamal?
What's good, guy? And it's Rasheed Jamal. Not
Rashad. My fault. I thought it was Rasheed. My fault. Rasheed Jamal.
Good.
Right,
Yeah.
listen, so you had a problem with me. You on the internet, you made a whole lot of statements. You said, I do this for the money because I'm rich. I don't know why you said it. If you said I do this for the money, I'm fake as shit. You said a whole lot of shit about me. And it kind of hurt my feelings. Facts. The fuck stop playing with me.
Yeah, look, right.
I was right.
I said that because of the conversation, we had, me, I got my team running my page. So when I talk to them from this phone, they run my page to let me know what's going on. I tell them what I want to say, and they'll post that shit, my story, or whatever for me to post on my page, keep everything going, right?
Right.
So, we spoke a couple months back, you know what I'm saying, and you come out, bring me in for the interview. But then that shit turned to 4 or 5 months. I'm saying you interviewing everybody, you know what I'm saying? So I got to feel like you was spinning me. Then I got to feel like you wasn't on no real, revolutionary type time like you be talking about dropping out of the spiritual gym.
There you go. I never said I was revolutionary. I ain't for the black power, nigga. That's what mama listen. I never said I was for the black people, right? I'm for the people that's chosen, right? And sometimes they not black. Sometimes they different colors. Sometimes they be animals. I got a turtle, and my turtle, he's spiritually connected to me, right? But I'm just saying though, I understand that, and I understand your point of view, right? Because we talked for some months, and we posted the interview, but we couldn't do the interview because I was busy getting robbed. Yeah, you probably didn't know this, but I got my house robbed by grave digger Quiz and shit, so my house got taken over. My studio got taken over. I know.
I ain't know none of that.
Yeah, I know people in jail don't know this. Y'all don't get the news from the streets. Y'all get the news from the jail. So y'all don't know what's going on in the real. Yeah, y'all don't know what's going on in the real world, but. Hopefully we can fix that because like you did that. Now we got a chance to do this interview, right? So for the people that's watching this, they know who you are, but they don't know who you are. So explain to them who you are and where you from.
Yeah, I'm Rasheed Jamal. The God, man, aka Divine Insight. I'm from Chicago, North, aka the Rat.
Right. You from the Rat?
Yeah, from the Rat, the real Rat. But like now, pretty much a lot of individuals on the internet, man, after they know who I am, man. They try to tell us they don't. They know who I am now, whether they like me or dislike me or agree with the pieces of the things I speak about. Two different things. But yeah, a lot of individuals know what's going on. They try to act like we forgot about it and all the work I put in to help uplift this planet spiritually, but it's all going on.
Right.
It'll be like that when you lock up.
Right. All that's good. But the jail phones, they kind of like break off like real fast. So let's get to the good part. That must have been God. Yeah. So
And I keep telling you, guys, it's Rashad. You said he's saying Rashad.
Rashad,
Ain't no E's.
my
Ain't no
fault.
E's in my name,
My
God.
fault. Rasheed Jamal. My bad. My bad. You gotta forgive me.
Appreciate you.
You gotta forgive me. But tell us why you in jail for rape. You raping on shit.
Nah, see. Nah, I ain't in jail for rape, but they definitely got me locked up for a sex case. You know what I'm saying? They allegedly saying that I touched my baby mama, whatever the fuck she's supposed to be. So now she's saying the child we got ain't mine. But basically, she told the police that I was supposed to touch her child or whatever. So that's what they came and arrested me for. But in reality, I'm really sitting there behind bars, speaking truth and waking up the planet because I really was convicted of no evidence. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you. So how do they do that? How do they convict you for something you didn't do? Like how did that work?
All right, so a lot of people don't know about the judicial system. Like we got this saying, right? There's no justice in the justice, it's just us, right?
Right.
So the way it works, especially down here in Georgia, if I was in like a larger municipality like in Atlanta, Georgia, or something like that,
Right.
every lawyer that I hired said the same thing. There's no case, there's no science to back up the case. It's literally an allegation. But because my case was put in Barrow County, which is almost 2 hours from Atlanta,
Right.
and that's a sundown town. So a sundown town, a lot of people are not aware that you still have sundown towns in this country. Sundown town is a town where no black people are allowed to be outside after nighttime, after sundown, or you'll be arrested, or they'll do some physical harm.
So you knew about the
So you got
sundown.
to think,
You knew about the sundown town before you went over there.
man, hell no, that's the crazy
Oh,
thing,
okay,
God. Like
okay.
when me and my baby mama was together, we was living in Gwinnett. The lease ran up. We was trying to find a new spot. We couldn't find a way in the cab. We were trying to get to the cab county, but we ran out of time. So I ended up finding us a spot in this place called Barrow County. But I was literally just looking at the school rates because we had kids. So I was trying to find a spot that's going to provide, even though education is they educate the children in school. I'm still trying to find a decent location for these kids to get in a nice school. So Barrow County, they had like an eight stars out of 10 rating with their school system. So we ended up getting a spot out there. When me and her fell out, I moved. I went my separate way. I moved back to the city of Atlanta, and I left her out there. So she put the case on me maybe almost a year after I broke up with her. After she seen I had moved on, or they got engaged, blowing up on the internet because she got fame. So when she see the money coming in, she feel like a form of fame is coming in. For like a year though, like when I first left and I was trying to get my son every weekend, she kept telling me like, you can't see him unless you be with me. I got the text message and everything. My lawyer got the everything. You can't see him unless you be with me. You know what I'm saying? If I can't have you, nobody can. Matter of fact, her last text message she sent me was, you think you hurt me now, you gonna cry later, right? But what I thought she meant by that was you're gonna cry because I'm not gonna let you see your son, but she know how much I love my son. So she proceeded to not let me see my son for almost a whole year. A year later, my mom come in town for Mother's Day weekend. Mother's Day week, my baby mama, like y'all talk to your mom, she wanna see him, I'm gonna let y'all get him for a week. I go meet my wife, my daughter, my mom. We pick my mom up from the airport. We drive out to Barrow County. What she said, go pick up my son, grab my son, I give him a $2,000 child support right down the spot. We make our way back to Atlanta. By the time I get back to Atlanta, she calls the phone. She on some baby mama drama type shit. You know how they get. Keep in mind, she still wants me. So she really just trying to start some bullshit. Long story short, we get to this agreement. She tells me to bring him back tonight. I'm like, I ain't bringing shit back. I just drove 2 hours to grab him. I just gave you $2,000 child support. That's not for the point. The agreement is that I keep him for a week. I ain't seen him in almost a year. You don't see him in a week. She tell me, if you don't bring him back, I'm gonna call the police and say you kidnapped me. I'm like, do what you got to do, because I be on my Black Revolution shit. So I don't really care about. I don't respect them.
At that point right there, she told you, if you do this, she gonna call the police. What made you think she was playing?
The crazy thing is, I already knew she would like when I was with her. Right, she was the type to come post to her ex-husband or her baby daddy kids over bullshit.
Right.
But to be real with you, I just ain't give a fuck, God. Like I felt like this my son. He come out of my nuts, right? All I'm trying to do is spend time with my son, right? And I just gave you $2,000 to see my son, which I shouldn't have had to do that, right? So you like call him, break him back now, but call police and kidnap him. Like I told on the phone, I say, why the fuck would you do that when you know what I stand for? You know what type of time I'm on? That's giving them a reason to fuck with me even more. But at the same time, though, to be real with you, I didn't think she was going to. Like, I thought she was just
Yeah,
upset in her feelings.
yeah, he thought she was a little
Tomorrow comes,
friendly.
she gonna calm
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, he thought that
He'll be
tactic.
back in a week.
Yeah. You know, she was gonna do it, gang. I think everybody tell you exactly what they gonna do it. But did she do it? I think she gonna do it, but my viewers don't know if she did it. Did she do it? Did she do it? We know Diddy did it,
Oh
but
no,
did she
she
do it?
definitely did it, God.
She did
Yeah,
it.
she definitely did it. The very next day, I wake up to a call from Barrow County Police. Um, and they like, hey, is this Rasheed Jamal White? I'm like, yeah. They're like, we see that you're the father of such and such this child. Or the mother said that you kidnapped him. If you don't bring him back, we're gonna put out a warrant for your arrest for child kidnapping. So I'm trying to tell the officer, I'm like, well, 'cause the night before I had called when she said she was gonna call the police. I told my mom, my mom was in town. Remember, so I told my mom what's going on. My mom said, well, you call the police. We called the Atlanta police. The Atlanta police came to my house that night. I showed them the text. I let them know what's going on with my baby mama. Atlanta police said, listen, don't worry about it. The child's good. You are on the birth certificate. That's your son. We gave her the money. Or don't worry about it. They like, but she lives in Barrow County. If she do want you to end up bringing him back, they make you bring him back. That's a very racist county. So I went to just going out there. I was just meeting at a random county that's not as racist. So even the Atlanta police was aware of how racist it is in Barrow County. So the next day, when she actually called the police, and I'm on the phone with the officer, the first thing the officer say, she's like, "Oh well, we gonna lock you up for child kidnapping." I'm trying to explain to the officer respectfully, like, "Hey, ma'am, I'm the father. That's my son. We just called the police last night. If you want to see him, you can see him. I just gave her $2,000 child support. She gonna be doing this because she's being vindictive toward me." I'm trying to explain the situation to the officer,
Right.
but the officer, she's so anti nigger. She's so gun holder. You know what I'm saying? To flex her badge. She's like, listen here, boy, I'm not trying to hear that. So when she say boy, now I'm starting to get wrapped. I'm like, hold on.
No,
You
don't do
talking to
that.
you talking
No.
to you talking to some little young nigga and no little punk. You talking to a real modern day black activist that's
No, you can't do that.
really against the system because I know
No,
what y'all big tired people.
no, you can't.
Yeah.
Listen,
So
you can't do that though, right? You're going against a whole jurisdiction with just you. So what makes you feel that you can beat a jurisdiction? Well, not the addiction, the jurisdiction. Because we ain't gonna talk about the addiction. If
I
anybody had
mean,
addictions,
I stand in righteousness, God. So I'm always feel like the ancestors, aka some people call that God. Some people say Allah. Some people say Jehovah, Yahweh. A million different names for the same source, right?
oh,
So I know that if I'm standing in righteousness, then I'm gonna feel like the entire cosmos and the heavens gonna stand behind me. And in that moment,
oh,
I had done nothing wrong.
oh, you
I'm
just
not out
like
here selling
you.
drugs in the community no more. I'm not gang banging no more. I done relocated from Chicago to Atlanta, and at that time, I'm married. I done put my mom in town. She get to
Right,
see Atlanta for the first time. This is my
right,
first time out of Chicago her whole life. I
right,
got my daughter with me, my wife, my mom. I done got my son. I'm trying to
right,
spend time with him. I just
right,
gave my baby mama 2 bands.
right, right,
So where am
right.
I wrong at? So if I'm on the phone with you as an officer, you a right to see him. That only give you for him. And that was her exact words verbatim. When she said that, God, I flashed on her ass. Well, fuck y'all. Y'all that's my I hung up on her ass. You feel
Right.
me? I
Yeah.
say, man, that's why I don't respect the system now. That's why I'm anti-police now because y'all
Right
be
there.
abusing
Right,
y'all bad.
right,
Y'all
right,
be
right
abusing that.
there. Right
That's
there.
why I flashed out and I hung up.
Yeah, right there. You should have left the country. Right there. It should have been over for you. Right there. When you hung up the phone on the police, you should have been the first thing about this motherfucker. Right with Africa. Black activists need to go to Africa when you get doing that shit to America.
Right, I'm already know how they feel toward us, right?
No, so basically that happened, and after that they lock you up. But they don't lock you up for that. What they lock you up for when they lock you up originally?
Nah, that ain't even what happened. So basically, we got to drop off at the police station. So because I'm keep in mind this 2020 21, so we fresh off the Georgia Floyd shit.
Right.
So I'm on high alert. I'm like, okay, we finna go to Swanee police station and drop him off. I went live on my Instagram live to have backup just in case we get to this police station. Next time some extra. So
Right.
I get on my live and I'm explaining to my audience, there's probably 1,000 people on my live on Instagram. I'm
Right.
explaining to them what's going on, but they already seen me get my son the day before. I went live every
Right.
single day. So he like, dang, that's fucked up, God. Da, da, da. So we ride to the police station together. We in the car. I got I'm on live. I got 1,000 people on live, and I got my mom, my wife, and my daughter in the car with me while we drop my son.
Right.
We get to the police station. We drop him off and even exchange. I only went live back in security because you know how the police be doing us out here, man. So I went live to have my insurance, right? when we get to the police station, it was a smooth transition. We dropped my son off.
You went live to have when you was going to police station.
Yo.
Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah, every time I gotta make a good point, it go out. Every time I got something good to say, the microphone go out. You doing voodoo from there? Mr. God, you still there? Well, I'm supposed to pray to bring you back. You fucking up then, cause I can't hear shit. I can't hear nothing. I want to finish hearing about the rape. Why are you doing this? You messed up yesterday and you fucking up today? Hold on, let me try. Hey, God, can you
Yo.
Yo, there you go, God. You still on there?
No, I don't hear you if you there.
You don't hear me. He say he don't hear me if I'm there. He don't hear me. He can't hear me in there. So what's going on with my audio? Is it? Can you hear me now, God? What I'm supposed to call you? Jesus, Buddha, confused? What I'm supposed to call you? God, can you hear me? Jesus. Allah. What's another name for God? So I can say it. Ashasawa. Kareem. Kareem, can you hear me, Kareem?
Yeah, I don't hear you if you there.
Okay, you hear me. You hear me. You don't hear me, or you do hear me? Listen, let me try to. He can't hear me. He can't hear me at all. He can't hear me no more. It's like you fucked up again. No, we got to get this back working. We got to get it back working. It ain't on his end because he can't hear me. Can you hear me? Let's hang up.
No, I don't hear you.
I'm gonna hang up and call back. I just call back. Listen, if you're watching this, I got to call back because we can't never get the true story. Like I'm trying to get the true story, trying to see if he touched kids, but my editor probably be a rapist or something because he don't want it to come out. Can you hear me now?
No, I don't hear you now. No. I hear me.
Yeah, you hear you, and
there you go. I hear you now. I hear you back.
You hear me now again?
Yeah, you back. Yeah, you back. You back.
I'm back again.
Yeah, you back.
So we wanted to know that we back again. Why didn't you go live at the house with the kids, but you went live after that?
What you mean, like when I went to pick?
When you went to pick them up?
When I went to pick him up when I was at my house.
When you went to pick them up, like before when they said you did what you did, you wasn't live then?
Yeah, I did. That's the crazy thing is I went live before I literally was on my way to pick him up. So I was letting nobody I finally get to see my son for the y'all, I'm excited. Yeah, I was on live right before I went
Be
next day when we had to drop him off.
Yeah. You had to drop him off? Listen, whatever this is, I got the worst crew in the world. Like, this shit fucked up. Can you hear me, God?
Here you go.
All right, look, I'm saying it's kind of fucked up. I'm trying to get this somewhere where it'll work. You can hear me good, right?
That's good.
All right, good. You about to hear me fire somebody in a minute. But let's finish telling your story because your story... No, I'm serious. Your story make a lot of sense, right? So they get you down there. They say you locked up for this. Now, what was your feeling when they say you locked up for getting charged with a sexual crime? I know you don't want to have no stuff like that on your record.
Well, no, facts. Well, see, the crazy thing is, like I say, like after we dropped my son off, I thought it was over with. Like I felt embarrassed. I felt embarrassed with the fact that I had put my mom in and all my plans for my mom, my wife was ruined because it was Mother's Day. This May, I think it's May 2021. So I go on doing my shit. I keep doing my lectures, doing my music all May, June, July, traveling around the country, doing my little speeches and stuff like that. We out of town. We in Denver on a family trip. We get a call from my mother-in-law that somebody kicked our door in. So we rush back to Atlanta. I'm thinking this niggas in the neighborhood that kicked the door in, but I know I got a lot of love in my area because I donate to a lot of black-owned businesses. So I'm like, that don't make sense. We get back, it's a card on the door on the table for the U.S. Marshals. So I'm U.S. Marshals.
The Marshals that kicked in your door.
Huh?
The Marshals kicked in the door.
The U.S. Marshals, God, that's what I'm saying. Like, it fucked me up too because before this I had been in jail, right? So I know when the marshals don't come for you unless you got a bad case or you a fugitive. And in my mind, how am I a fugitive I'm not aware of no case. I ain't been to jail. I ain't been nothing. So they did my case so foul. That's how you know it was bigger than the case because we come back to Atlanta in the middle of a family trip.
Right.
My door was in. The U.S. Marshals had kicked my door in. They got a car saying call.
Right.
My mom-in-law called. The marshal tell her that we have a warrant for Rasheed Jamal. She said, yes, my son-in-law. Said we have a warrant for his arrest, but they wouldn't tell her what the warrant for. So when she told me, I'm like, U.S. Marshals, what they looking for me for? You gotta think, I come from the street. So when I was in the streets doing wrong shit, it was all revolving around gang banging and robbing. Guns, I would never know big time drugs, none of that. I tried something good, but it didn't work out for me. I don't got that stuff. As far as gang banging, robbing, on that turned up type time, that's what I was on. So if I ain't did this in years, why would the police, let alone marshals, be looking for me? I'm not
Right.
even putting two and two together. That they
Right.
be for my baby mama. That don't come out until I hire a lawyer to look into why the marshals looking for me. I'm
Yeah.
completely lost.
Right.
So we hire a lawyer. We hire Gerald Griggs. He's the president of the NAACP. So we hired him because I had a mutual friend that was working with him, and because I'm, a spiritual guru, and I'm out here pushing for not just black activism, but for activism for everybody, right? But I'm looked at first as a black activist. So I hired him thinking like, okay, he worked for the NAACP. He gonna be
Oh man,
for righteousness too. We hired him.
if you're a black activist, you supposed to hire a Jew. You supposed to already know. Why would you hire another black person? Because you gotta act like you're not black when you going to court. That's how you supposed to be activist like that.
Right.
For real. You gotta be activist like that. You got to hire the Jews, gang. But you hired the black man from NAACP. And what happened?
Fact. Railroad.
Railroad.
We yeah. He definitely on time so a nigga out, right? So basically I hired him to even look into what's going on. I have no clue what's going on. He called back like, yeah, I pulled the incident report, the warrant. They said they have a warrant for your arrest for child molestation and cruelty to children. I say child molestation and cruelty to children. So who?
No.
I'm completely lost. He like, I'm gonna send you a copy of the incident report. He sent me the actual incident report, and I read it. It starts off first sentence. We received a call from Darshell that on this day, her son was kidnapped. We responded to the kidnapping. We made contact with the father. The father comes to the phone. They came to drop the child off. So I'm reading this, and I'm like, what? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see.
Completely lost because I'm like, hold on. I just dropped my son off at the police station. And you telling me after I dropped my son off, you went back and put in another case and they pushed it through? Combined with it, the U.S. Marshals kicked my door. I'm like, hold on, how's the Marshals kicking my door in? Ain't no detective come talk to me. Because once I got the incident report,
right.
I get to going for the discovery.
Right.
So when we get to going through the discovery, the detective ain't never talked to me. He basically said, well, I went on his social media after the allegation was put in. I went on his social media account and I seen the stuff he was talking about. So I believe he wouldn't come talk to him. So I went in and enlisted the U.S. Marshals. So I'm like, hold on. You ain't even come talk to me. You ain't pull me and probably interview me. You ain't follow none of the proper criminal procedures to a case. They did me so foul.